Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and today I would like to share with you some of the things I use this EZ-Seam tape for. Now, I know it is most popular for quilt batting, but I use it for a whole lot more. So the EZ-Seam tape is 100% polyester tricot, and it does have a fusible on one side, which is permanent. Now, there are a lot of things we can use this for, and I'll give you a couple examples of what I have used it for. I like it to help keep wrinkles out. This is my husband's shirt, and you can see I have a little piece ironed on the back on the area where the buttonholes go, and this has been washed. What happened in this one area is every time I took it out of the wash machine, it gave me this big wrinkle, very similar to this bottom. And so I had to iron it, and the rest of the shirt did not need to be ironed. But that one area constantly would creep in, so I had to iron it. So by putting it there, it stabilized it. So now when it comes out of the dryer, it looks the same as everything else, and I do not need to press it. It is a great product to put on the back of embroidery. So you fuse it on, and it helps prevent that from scratching. And you can see I've doubled up and overlapped one area just so that I had enough tape. I've done it there, and I did it on the arm, which was especially itchy against my skin. So it's good for putting behind our embroidery. Another thing I've used it for, and I need to do it on this shirt, is to prevent the scratchies from a label. On the side of this shirt was the label. Now it's often at the side or it's on the back by your neck, and it is very scratchy against my skin. I did try to take the label off, but it's stitched right inside. But it's still very, very scratchy, and I really love this shirt. So I like to take that and cover it. And with this being such a light weight, I'm not going to see the difference through anything. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cut a little piece the size that I need. And I do want it to come a little bit bigger. And then I like to trim those edges so they're round. If the item needs to be ironed, definitely iron it first. But in this case, it does not need to. So I'm going to take this, and you can feel that there is a bumpy side and a smooth side. And I'm going to put it over top. And you can see where I have a little bit that goes around in this little area where I did take off that tag. Now on most things, I will use some type of a pressing paper. Something like this. This is going to help prevent any damage to my shirt and any damage to my iron. And I'm going to take my iron, which is set at a medium heat, and I'm going to push down a little bit, iron that area, pressing for about 10 to 15 seconds. This is why it's also good to have some kind of a pressing cloth or pressing paper. And then I'm just going to put a clapper over top of it so that heat sets. So you can really see how that is secured. And you don't see it from the outside. That's where the seam would be. But now I know that this is going to be nice and soft against my body. I also will use it in garment construction. For example, this shirt here has this nice little dropped sleeve. It is a stretch knit fabric. So I would stabilize that seam, and then when I stitch that, it's not going to stretch out of shape as I wear it. It's just going to stay in that nice shape. Another point is right here in that V. You could put a little circle so that when you stitch down into that V and back, that V is going to stay nice and it's going to lie flat. Now my favorite thing is to piece my quilt batting. Now to make sure that they're both the same, I'm going to steam it and then just smooth it out. I do not want to push it into a shape. I just want it to be in whatever its natural state is. So you can see where this seam is really curved, but I don't want to force it up. Once I've steamed it, I flattened it out with my hand, and I do have the same batting that I'm putting together. Then I'm going to slightly overlap and smooth it out. And then I'm going to cut these 2 layers. I'm going to put my scissors underneath both layers. And now I'm going to be able to remove that one piece and remove that second piece. Just leave this right here, right on the ironing board. From here, we're going to be able to just tape this together. Get the size that you need. Make sure that those areas are together. Nothing's overlapping. And press. Just hold that for 5 to 10 seconds. You do not need steam. You can see now how natural that is. It doesn't really look like there is a seam there. It's nice and flat, and it looks good from both sides, and it is secure. Now, I like to use a curved line, but of course, you can always do a straight line as well. It's permanent. There's 15 yards. It goes a long way. And this I keep right with my iron. There are a lot of things that we can use this for, and I'm sure there's some that I'm missing. So if you are doing something with this that I didn't mention, I would love to hear about it. Please mention it in the bottom of this video. I don't want to miss a good opportunity. And thank you for joining me today on So Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and I do have a newsletter. It's all free under So Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a so-tacular day, or in this case, a pressing day. Bye for now.